Hi, I'm David Dunn, and this is a special edition of the Business Extra podcast from The National, coming to you from Cityscape Global 2024 in Riyadh. With us today, we have Mr. Mohammed Abba Al-Khail, who's the Chief Marketing Officer for NHC. Thank you for having us on your wonderful stand here in the exhibition, very impressive stand. Now, looking around the exhibition today, it feels very much like an exciting time for Saudi real estate, and your company is very much at the heart of that progress generally. Now, what new and signature projects are in the spotlight for NHC here?
First of all, thank you, David, for having me with your show. All of our projects are signatures. One of the things that we're highlighting over here in Cityscape, the two largest destinations over the kingdom. One of them is the Khuzam, which is our flagship. It resides over 30 million square meters. We've launched the third phase of it today, including the Khuzam Park that resides at the center of Khuzam, which is over 4.5 million square meters, larger than the Central Park in Manhattan and the Hyde Park in London. So this is for us one of the greatest projects that we are developing. Plus we are offering as well new phases within Al Fursan destination that is on the northern east side of Riyadh as well. It resides over 35 million square meters. Those two destinations are one of the focuses for us over here, in addition to other 14 destinations that we develop around the kingdom.
And these are being showcased on your stand this week. Okay, your stand is taking how much space?
Wow, 2,000 square meters.
Wow, so really people do get a sense of the dimension of these projects when they're here.
Exactly, with two huge models.
All right, so last year there was an annual report that said that housing program reported that the percentage of Saudi household now owning a home had reached something like nearly 64%. And at the end of 2023, it has gone up something like 16.7 percentage points compared to 2016. Now, how is your strategy adapting to and influencing this dynamic market currently and going forward?
Since our inception as NHC, our main aim was to help the supply or lead that supply into the market of housing units so that we can maintain or achieve that 70% by 2030. Now, after those first 6 years or 7 years since our inauguration or our establishment, we now have a new strategy that will, through that, we want to expand more and further into different segments of the market, not just the middle class, but even go beyond that to the luxury market, plus not just residential. We're adding to our portfolio several other projects within the realm of our destination that we are developing, such as hospitality projects that we are developing right now, business parks as well. You have the cultural and arts projects that we are going to enter to within our projects as well. So this will expand more. In addition to this, we are not just disconnected from the housing market, but we are adding to it, leading the market supply or the supply to the market with the residential units as well.
So I guess that takes me on to really what are the current trends? I mean, you're seeing in real estate construction. What do you experience yourself, and how are you kind of adapting to keep your brand front and center of what's coming and what's currently happening?
Well, we're adding a lot. That's one of the things, expanding the offerings levels, not just focusing on just housing, but also the type of housing as well. Currently, we just launched one of the best apartment complex that we have. Plus, that will overlook Khuzam Park as well. There is a direct access to it. So this is one of the unique, let's say, residential communities or destination for living within Saudi Arabia. In addition to this, we're adding more locations that will expand our offering and increase our supply in the market as well, keeping us, raising the bar and increasing our pace in supplying the market with units as well as other types of real estate projects.
So one of the things, obviously, the big changes in the last few years is the marketplace here open to non-Saudis and foreign investors. Now, how has that kind of perhaps made you adapt your pipeline and anticipate what is needed? I mean, are you seeing more of that kind of money coming into the marketplace?
Well, since the beginning of 2024, or even at the last version of Cityscape, we announced the first MOU with the foreign real estate investor, with us over here in NHC, specifically in that project Al Fursan, which is a TMG group from Egypt. And then others had followed as well from Spain, and we're working on other agreements. Now there is Chinese developers as well coming into the market with the partnership program that we have with them within our destinations. So one of the aims as well is from our participation in Cityscape over here Global is to attract more and more and more of real estate developers to come and develop projects with us. So this thing, as you can see, Riyadh is, or the Saudi market in total, is on the spotlight. So everybody wants to come in, and we're offering the best opportunities for them to invest as well over here.
Do you feel like you're almost making up for lost time? I mean, with all these partnerships, they sound like they're very key to how you progress things, because it's an enormous opportunity in Saudi. I think there was a figure like 1.2 billion square meters of land could potentially be developed by 2030. That is a colossal opportunity. So you need those partnerships. At the same time, I guess it's making everybody aware the opportunities are here. That's quite a challenge for you, or do you choose carefully?
We do have set of criteria. Not anyone that comes and wants to participate with us gets the go ahead. So there are like screening before they come in. We do our due diligence in selecting the developers as well, because this is something that even affects our brand as well. So we need to partner with other developers who come at the same bar, or at least from the branding perspective. So that's very important. In addition to this, it's not just about attracting them, it's about what we are offering them as well. There is a lot of, as you said, there is a vast area that we are going to develop, reaching 1.2 billion square meters around the kingdom. And this is not only for housing, it's also for, as we said before, there is the mixed-use developments, the quality of life projects that we are offering. Those you can consider as the investment opportunities as well. And today, our CEO just announced that from now till the end of 2025, we're offering 75 billion Saudi riyals of investment opportunities that all of the investors, whether they are local or international, can come and visit our booth here in Cityscape to find out more.
Wow, okay. So it's impressive figures. I mean, I know we touched on this with the increase in home ownership now. I think Vision 2030 says they're aiming for 70% of Saudis to own their own homes, which is an incredible figure by any kind of geographical kind of basis. How would you say that is, how do you see lives changing? Because obviously it's very important to a lot of people to own their own home. It's a substantial thing to have. Do you see a kind of, are you transforming lives to an extent by being part of that?
Of course. It's not just about selling a home. We're going beyond that. If you can see all of the images, all of our master plan models, you don't see just homes. You see there is beyond that. One of the things that distinguishes our destinations, we don't call our projects just projects, we call them as destinations because they encompasses the whole lot. From residential to hospitality to mixed use to office to commercial to retail, everything. So all of these things should be within our destination. This is one of the standards that we have put on ourselves. One of the important things that we are offering is the 5, 10, 15-minute walking distances between each communities, and everything that is a necessity for those residential is within that range of walking. So you're offering walkability, you're offering also accessibility as well, in addition to entertainment of life. We don't call ourselves developers, we call creator of places. That's the thing, to make a better life for everybody.
So you're really adapting to the kind of the changing demographic and the changing population that's coming in the future. So I guess there's a lot of, I guess you've got to anticipate what's coming, but how do you gauge that as a company? How do you kind of look to what's coming, or do you just see the kind of, how do you read the market?
Well, there is a shift within the market. Back in the days, people used to like just get loans or they save cash to build their homes. Now it's different. They are looking for a quality of life. You need to raise that and you need to offer it. If you are not on top of that, you will lose your market share. One of the things that we're doing is think and offer at least 50% of our areas within each destination for green spaces and quality of life initiatives, which will differentiate you from the others. Besides, this is what the market is looking for, whether they are local or international.
So how many years have you been involved with the company, but also in the real estate sector? I mean, and how does this period in time figure in your kind of experience down the years?
Well, it's an amazing time for us, specifically for NHC as the largest developer within the MENA region. You know, with the bank land that we have, we own now 284 million square meters that we are going to develop, which is huge. So, and this is around the kingdom, and there is more to come. And all of them are quality of life destinations for people to live in and create prosperity for whoever is going to visit or work or at least live within our destination.
And I guess also because you've got a great sort of migratory population that lives here, expats that live here, they're able to participate in the market. Do you see more people making Saudi their home in the future?
Yes, definitely. And we're waiting for this so that even this will open market for us as well, not just for Saudi citizens, but also for internationals.
And how do you sort of see the KSA market, the real estate market, but the property market generally, compared with perhaps other territories in the GCC, maybe in Europe? How do you see this market now and perhaps in the near future?
Well, there is a lot of happening over here in Saudi Arabia, especially, you know, with all of those giga projects, NHC projects, all of those that you can see, they are eye-opening for everybody from international outside of Saudi. So everybody is focusing on Saudi Arabia right now for investment opportunities for those kind of large scale of projects.
And I guess finally, I mean, if you had to forecast, what is going to happen with the housing market here?
I think demand is increasing by the minute, let's say. Specifically in the housing sector of the real estate. With a lot of supply that is coming, still we need to catch up with the demand, whether it's local or international. So there is a lot of, we anticipate that demand will increase as well, opening the market more, even for international investors to come in as well.
Just finally, as an add-on really, I mean obviously it's a new market to a lot of perhaps investors across the world. How do you provide, I guess, the confidence and reassurance that this is a great place to put their money as opposed to perhaps other international markets? And I guess it's something like Cityscape Global being here, is that a great marketplace for them to kind of, I guess it's the nearest way they can physically touch the projects because you have these amazing kind of renders.
One of the things that NHC is unique from other developers is that there is real evidence. Some of the communities right now are livable by people. We have delivered over 50,000 units around the kingdom. Most of them are in Riyadh, in our flagship project Khuzam. So people can go and see what is the standard that we are living, whether they are investors or home buyers, to touch and feel in real world what we are offering.
From where do you see, from the international demand for investors, where do you see that coming from the most? Is it coming from maybe other parts of the Middle East, from other parts of the GCC, maybe from Europe, maybe from China?
Everywhere. We've got a Spanish developer who came and had a partnership with us investing in one of our projects. We have from Egypt and we also have from China. So we're attracting everybody.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate your insight.
Thank you.